Hello everyone, Brett Mix here, Macho Wrestling 101. It's Sunday again, so it's time for another In Memory of video. I'd invite you to subscribe to my channel first of all, as I pump out wrestling history every day. I'm doing the Monday Night Wars currently, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's been a blast. So I always have those reviews archived for anyone that wants to go back and watch the Monday Night Wars. They're always going to be on my YouTube channel. I have a special playlist for Nitro and Raw. And I also deal with current product, Raw, SmackDown, and the like. Today I wanted to talk about Lance Cade, the wrestler. Real name Lance Curtis Mcnaught. We, as wrestling fans, don't forget wrestlers. That's what wrestling fans can be proud of. We have a great memory. We're only human, and we survive, and we interact with those who are still alive. And we tend to lose sight of those who have gone. It's just human nature. It happens. Our lives are busy, and we only, we interact with who we do. And then when we think of dead wrestlers, we just think of the biggest names or maybe the biggest tragedies. A lot of the wrestlers get lost in the shuffle. I have a feeling Lance Curtis Mcnaught, Lance Cade, was one of them. He was born March 2nd, 1981 in Carroll, Iowa. He became Lance Cade the Wrestler, or I'll refer to him as Cade, seeing as he was first Garrison Cade in his initial push in 2003, then switched over to Lance Cade a couple years later in 2005. Cade started his wrestling career by becoming a student of Shawn Michaels at the Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy in San Antonio, Texas back in 1999. Which was a hot year for wrestling. I think everyone and their brothers wanted to be a wrestler back then. Only Cade actually did the training that year to do it. Cade and fellow wrestler Bryan Danielson went to Japan together December the 1st, 1999, and competed in the FMW, which is the Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling. They worked as a tag team, and they even feuded. Cade wrestled in the HWA, then OVW for years in between training and the WWE. He was sent to Memphis Championship Wrestling initially. Cade debuted on an episode of Sunday Night Heat on June 1st, 2003 against Lance Storm, who forced him to submit to the sharpshooter. The next week on Raw, he faced Storm in a rematch where Stone Cold Steve Austin came out and labeled the match boring. This was directed towards Lance Storm, as this would be his new gimmick. Cade just found himself stuck in the match that was being called boring. I believe he had a waist lock at the time when that happened. Cade found the victory as Storm was distracted, and Cade actually beat him that night. Cade found a tag team partner in Mark Jindrak and began to challenge for the World Tag Team Championship. The belts were being held by Cade's former ally back in OVW, Rene Dupree, and his new partner Sylvain Grenet in La Resistance. Cade was given the opportunity to appear at WrestleMania 20 with Jindrak as a career highlight. Cade found himself in a feud with Jonathan Coachman and got a win over him in Tajiri in Backlash 04 in Edmonton. He later teamed with Coachman at Vengeance to take on the debuting team of Rhino and Tajiri. Cade and Coachman lost the match, and Cade was taken off television after an injury in July 2004. On August 22nd, 2005, a promo was shown showcasing a long-haired Cade who was soon to be returning with a tag team partner named Trevor Murdoch. The promo showed Cade and Murdoch portraying rednecks, with Lance Cade using his real first name, Lance, this time playing the role of a smooth-talking cowboy, while Murdoch was an angry Southern trucker. Cade won the WWE Gold, teaming with Murdoch at Unforgiven when they defeated Hurricane and Rosie. They'd eventually lose the titles to Big Show and Kane at Taboo Tuesday, but being a champion helped solidify his status in the company. He became a two-time champion, and a year and a half later found himself feuding with DX, against the same man who trained him, Shawn Michaels, and even accompanying Chris Jericho to a lot of his matches in 2008. On October 14th, 2008, Cade was released from his WWE contract. Jim Ross later stated that he made a major league mistake while utilizing bad judgment, and that was instrumental in his departure. Jim Ross went on to say, "Everyone makes mistakes. Lord knows I have made plenty in my career, but in this day, some mistakes just can't be condoned." To some fans, Lance Cade will still likely be perceived as the victim in this matter, and his punishment was too harsh. Under the circumstances of the situation, I don't know what other situation WWE could have made. Lance Cade is a talented young man whose best days are ahead of him. I wish him nothing but success. Lance has been knocked down, and it is time for him to get up off the canvas and back in the game. I'm damn sure pulling for him." End quote. Cade worked the independent circuit in All Japan all the way up to 2010. Cade, or his real name, Lance Mcnaught, tragically died on August 13th, 2010, at the age of just 29 years old, of apparent heart failure in San Antonio, Texas. His wife Tanya noticed that he wasn't looking well in the week prior to his death. He was taken to a hospital on August 10th, 2010 with difficulty breathing, but they discharged him the next day. 2 months later, on October 13th, 2010, a staffer of the San Antonio Medical Examiner said he had accidentally died from mixed drug intoxication, complicating a cardiomyopathy. A Lance Cade tribute show took place on March 5th, 2011 at the Texas Wrestling Academy gym in San Antonio. Again, he was only just 29 years old. Special thanks to Wikipedia for a lot of that information. I just hope this video, even if it's something small, can put his name out there again, and the deceased, anyway, all of them, even just somewhat. All I can do is say thank you as a fan. If I ever had the channel, I'd recognize all of those wrestlers who left before their time was through, especially one that's just 29 years old. And I do have a channel now, so thanks for watching. Rest easy, Lance Mcnaught. While it was a shorter run, we as wrestling fans will never forget. I'm Brett Mix.